let's talk real quick. Um, I'm sure that we can all agree that smartphones have become an integral part of our daily lives, right? We all use our phone every day. We use them for communicating, we use them for entertainment, organization, etc., etc. But have you ever like stopped to think about the impact excessive phone use has on your mental health? Because like I feel like this is just it's a topic that often gets overlooked, and I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed, right? So first and foremost, um, let's talk about stress and anxiety. Constantly being connected to our phones means we are constantly bombarded with notifications, messages, information, and these things can be overwhelming and lead to increased levels of stress and anxiety. We are always worried about missing out on something or not being able to keep up with the endless stream of information. Over time, the use of or the everyday use of phones has given basically everybody FOMO, has given basically everybody the fear of missing out. And you know, that blue light that comes from the screens it disrupts our sleep patterns. It really does. And we've all been guilty of scrolling through social media in bed instead of getting some much needed rest. I stayed up countless nights without sleep. I know I got school in the morning. I got school in the morning, and then I'll be in bed just scrolling through social media, not getting a blink of sleep, right? But this blue light, it suppresses the production of melatonin, and melatonin, it's the hormone that helps us fall asleep in the first place. So not only are we staying up later than we should, but the quality of our sleep is also being affected. Maybe it's not just me, but maybe it is. But whenever I'm on my phone before I go to sleep, I tend to like not have the best the best quality sleep. And that is the reason for that, right? Another thing is productivity and focus. Because I know that we've all tried to get our work done, and then we get distracted by our phone. We check our phone every once in a while. And it's nearly impossible to give our fully attention to a task when we are constantly being distracted by notifications. And even when we do manage to put our phones down, studies have shown that the mere presence of our smartphones reduces our cognitive capacity. That's why they have us put our phones in our bags and put that to the front of the classroom, because it's out of sight, out of mind. We're all guilty of using our phones as a crutch in social situations as well. Like whenever we're uncomfortable or something's awkward, boom, check your phone. Instead of actually engaging in conversations and creating meaningful connections, we often resort to scrolling through our feeds. And I mean, shoot, I'm guilty of it, but I'm able to realize it that I'm surrounded by all of my friends, but we're all on our phones instead of talking to each other. Like this, it not only takes away from being present and in the moment, but it also hinders our social skills. The more that we use our phone, the more we're growing into a closed off and reserved personality. And it creates a almost a fearful mindset. We need to be able to have face-to-face interactions because that's how we thrive as human beings. And excessive phone use, that is what is preventing us from fully experiencing life in the first place. But perhaps the most concerning aspect of excessive phone use is its impact on our mental health. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it can lead to feelings of depression, loneliness, isolation. We become so consumed in our or with our virtual lives that we forget to live in the real world. We compare ourselves to others on social media, and this almost every single time leads to feelings of being inadequate and having a distorted sense of self-worth because we see a post or we see a video and we're like, dang, I wish I had that, but I don't have that. Dang, they're living way better than I am. I can never do what they're doing. We tend to push ourselves down. We tend to break ourselves down instead of building ourselves up. We're putting other people on a pedestal. We're idolizing other people more than focusing on how we can better ourselves and our self-worth, our our um our own health. And like, I don't mean to sound like an alarmist, but it's essential to take a step back and evaluate our phone usage. Again, I am guilty of it. I use my phone like all the time. I'll be doing homework and I get distracted by my phone, or I'll be in a serious conversation. Shoot, I'm in a serious conversation and I'm checking my phone. We need to be able to set boundaries and we need to be able to learn to disconnect. Turn off your notifications. A lot of people have D&D set and they have it on, but whenever somebody's texting that person with D&D, do not disturb, they press that what's it, send anyway or something like that. And then the notification comes in anyway when we check our phone. Just turn off your notifications and designate specific times for checking your phone and I know it sounds like a lot, but try to have phone free moments throughout the day. Utilize resources such as the screen time limit in your settings and your productivity apps to help you stay on track. And actually listen to those things too. Don't just set up a screen time and then it has you put in a little passcode, and then every time you go to that app, you just type in that same passcode just so you can use the app. Because then what's the point? Have somebody else, um, have somebody else set up that screen time for you. Have them have the passcode, and you don't know what the passcode is. So then you're actually setting up that boundary. Remember, our phones are meant to serve us. It's not the other way around. We're not meant to serve our phones, but we act like that's how it's supposed to be. And I feel like we should be taking back control of our lives and back control of our mental health. I know it sounds corny, but we need to unplug and unwind and embrace the present moment. And I challenge everybody, take a break from your phone and see how it will positively impact your well-being. Because I know that whenever I took a month break from my phone, I noticed that I was becoming more family oriented, and I was communicating better with how I was feeling, my thoughts. I was being able to be myself around people instead of being myself behind a keyboard. Because again, what really truly matters is what is sitting in front of you in the moment. Not what anybody else is doing with their lives. Not what you're not doing with your life. But rather what you're able to do now. Open a book. Go talk to people. Go make friends. Go make connections. Go make plans with people. Just know that you have control of your own life and nobody else's. And the only way for you to get better is for you to apply that to yourself. So put the phone down. Turn the notifications off. Turn on screen time. Do whatever you need to do. And be in the moment. Because it really is that phone. But, I mean, shoot. That's all I got to say.